Hey everyone, so this is the fourth installment of Humans Don't Make Good Familiars. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's watched the videos and who supports me on Reddit. Hope you enjoy. Humans Don't Make Good Familiars, Part 4. You wish to help? Suma chirped, slightly confused. If I can, yeah, I told her. Even after I tried to control you? Just don't do it again, I chuckled. Of course, never again, she said and began, almost bobbing up and down, singing happily. Asunda Janissa. I think the translation thing stopped working for a second, I said. Suma slowly stopped bouncing and, still excited, explained. Oh no, it's working fine. I was singing in the old tongue of my people. I don't really know what it means, but it's sung when we are happy. Oh, I nodded in understanding. So Suma, can you tell me what I should expect if I were to become your familiar? Suma's head craned back as if she were avoiding a slap. Jake, I couldn't possibly make you my familiar. Not worthy to be the master of such a powerful being as you. You have already showed so much kindness by naming me. I couldn't possibly ask any more of you. I shook my head and waved a hand in dismissal. You aren't asking. I am. I have prepared for years in case I was summoned again. Then I find out that there's no danger of that, and I was basically wasting years of my life over nothing. I want to at least use the skills I learned to help someone. I'm not much of a soldier, but maybe I could make a decent familiar? Uh, uh, Suma was dumbstruck and could barely form a sentence. She shook her head and flapped her wings. Okay. So what do we do first? I asked. We need to perform the rite of two. It will bind our souls and allow us to communicate with each other across worlds, as well as let me summon you on a moment's notice, she explained. How do we do that? I wondered. We need to go to the Grand Sanctum. It is illegal to try and perform it anywhere else now, after what happened. I figured she was either talking about me or that Borog beast, but I didn't ask. With that, we left the school and made our way into the city. Will it be alright if I just walk around like this? What if I scare someone? I asked Suma. It should be fine. Most people would just assume that you're familiar and under a control ritual. But you will definitely draw quite a few stares, she chirped, in a way that I think she was laughing. She wasn't wrong, nobody bothered us, but almost everyone we passed looked at me with either shock or fear. I'm guessing, anyway. I still can't exactly tell with them. Well, I knew they could have been flipping me off in their own way. We arrived at the Grand Sanctum without incident, mostly. I think one nymph was trying to seduce Suma, but she had me chase him off. She chirped happily as he squawked and flew away as fast as he could. The Grand Sanctum was a large white building that had huge holes peppered throughout its walls. Nymphs were speedily flying in and out of them, making a variety of noises as they did. There was a large open area at the bottom. Well, large compared to the nymphs. I had to crouch down to make it through. I guess bipedal apes are rare for familiars. Inside it was like a giant bird cage. Some areas had walls, others just wire shelves. But most of it was empty space, so that there was room to fly. "This place is huge!" I whispered to Suma. She had told me that I needed to be quiet, or the other nymphs would think that she was starting to lose control of me, and I would end up in a cage or something. It is actually the largest building in the city right now, but I hear there's a bigger one somewhere in western Atolos, Suma quietly told me. We waited in a line leading to a large pedestal for about 20 minutes, but eventually we were called up by an older-looking nymph with grayish feathers and a more curled beak than Suma's. "Next!" he squawked. We walked up and Suma said, "I'm here to perform the rite of two?" "ID number and date of hatching," the older bird requested. "ID 1265569-741. I was hatched on the 2nd of Falmuth, 12 years ago. Oh, and my name is Suma." That last part she announced proudly. As soon as Suma said she had a name, the older bird perked up and began talking in a much friendlier tone. "Oh, Madam Suma, my apologies for the long wait. We will get you a room for your ritual right away. The older bird looked at me, then back to Suma. Is this the creature you will be pairing with today, or shall I get you a summoning squad?" "This is him," she answered. "Very good. We will alert you in just a moment when a room is available. Please feel free to relax in our waiting area." If you want, we have a nice kennel for your future familiar to stay in while you wait. I shot him an icy glare and the feathers around his neck puffed up. That won't be necessary. Jake will be staying with me. Very good, he said, looking back and forth between me and Suma. We walked into the waiting area he mentioned, and she perched on a kind of metal branch thing. Meanwhile, there wasn't a single real seat in sight. I sighed. I guess I'll stand. Sorry about the kennel thing, Suma said sheepishly. It's no big deal, I told her. I guess this is something I'll just have to get used to. We didn't have to wait long for our turn in the room. I guess named nymphs are this world's equivalent of rich people, or nobility of some kind. The room was much smaller than the main area, but much more than enough for myself and several nymphs. Okay, Jake, are you ready? Suma asked. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. If you want to see more good content like this, give me a like and a subscribe and a share. If you want to read it for yourself, without my annoying voice talking over it, that is. The link is in the description.